number 1 of the preseason as the Cavaliers get set to take on Argentinian club San Lorenzo de Almagro. Game 1 of 4 for the Cavaliers as John Beilein will make his NBA preseason coaching debut. Spent the last 41 seasons coaching in the collegiate ranks, the last 12 at Michigan, leading the Wolverines to 6 Sweet 16s and 2 NCAA championship games. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the Cuervos, it's translated into the Ravens in the backcourt. For the Ravens, Dar Tucker alongside Nicolas Aguirre. At small forward, it's American Justin Williams. Facundo Pinheiro is the starting power forward, and it's Marcos Mata in the middle. Familiar backcourt of the Cavaliers in the second half of the season. Colin Sexton will get the start alongside Brandon Knight. Jetty Osmond is the small forward. It is Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson who round out the starting 5, and there he is, John Beilein, set to make his NBA preseason coaching debut. Cam Beilein has been a strict one with a focus on fundamentals, and the head man for San Lorenzo is Facundo Mueller. This is his first season with the team, takes over a team that went 45-12 last season in league play to claim its 4th consecutive National Basketball League of Argentina title. And with that, let's check in with Angel Gray.
Thanks, guys. Well, Beilein told me there are a lot of new things for this franchise this year, but the way this all comes together is the vets continuing to buy in. He said they've been able to do that in practice so far. A few of the things that they've been able to accomplish is setting down the groundwork and the fundamentals. A few things that he wants to make sure that they can continue to get better at is the transition defense. He said that's one area I'm keeping my eye out on for tonight, the communication, making sure we have each other's backs. He said if we can get that down, we'll fine-tune everything else in the film room tomorrow.
And I think, to me, John, that's where I'm really excited, because I love the bringing them back to reality, which is the fundamentals of the game. As long as you stay close to your fundamentals and have certain things that you focus on, now you have a chance to develop the way you want to play this game on a nightly basis.
It's certainly been a different feel at camp than it's been over the last couple of seasons, no question.
I would say 100% different, because when you call out your veterans, when things are not quite going the way they want them to, that is what gets the respect of the whole team. And the young guys have already bought in because they're starry-eyed and bushy-tailed, but you got to bring in the veterans to kind of make it all work.
We were talking a little bit to Cavaliers GM Kobe Altman, and he said the goal is to build a culture, an aura, if you will, of growth and accountability. And, of course, what goes hand in hand with that is player development. He said who better to do that than a guy who for the last 41 seasons has been working in the collegiate ranks.
You got that right. I mean, and that's kind of what I like about the whole situation, because every once in a while as a pro, especially a veteran, you have to be brought back to the fundamentals of the game, and then you kind of refresh your game and go from there.
So Tristan Thompson steps to the center circle. There you get a look at John Beilein, J.B. Bickerstaff, and Antonio Lang alongside. The tip is won by Thompson, and the 2019-2020 Cavaliers preseason is underway.
And as an ex-player, I love these guys. Oh, the first thing, that is what I love about this offense. The backdoor cut. Those opportunities will be there, and once you get used to that, it opens up a lot of things.
Jetty Osmond gets the Cavaliers on the board, and then Brandon Knight with a steal. He is fouled in the open floor.
Watch this. It's so good because he's moving without the basketball. Boom! You get a guy overplaying. He overplayed the pass, and then you backdoor him. Now he's going to back off you. Now you can get what you want on your offensive entry pass. Ball
movement, player movement, a lot of screens, a lot of back cuts.
Yes.
That's what we've seen out of John Beilein's office in camp thus far.
See, you get just that run situation right there. He let Jetty get the ball because he was afraid of the situation of the back door.
Tristan Oper Williams can't get it to go. The ball slapped out of bounds and belongs to San Lorenzo.
And as long as you can get people to move it off the ball and do that, it's going to really open up the offense.
Cavaliers have been grinding it out against their teammates in camp over the last 6 days. Cover from the right side is off the mark by Aguirre, and out comes Sexton. Love fakes a three, fires a three. Rebounded by San Lorenzo, and out comes Tucker.
Yeah, there's one thing about this franchise, though. They're used to winning, so they're not going to just let you run over them.
Tucker, the Saginaw, Michigan native, uncorks a three that's no good. Colin Sexton played all 82 games last season for the Cavaliers. He pulls up, fires a three. That's good. Sexton rattles it in. Tucker guarded by Knight. Works around there. We have an offensive foul called. Yep. Tucker wrapped Brandon Knight. That's a point of emphasis this season. Taking a look at those offensive players for fouls with their off hands.
You're right. In the past, it's been always the defense. The defense. Now they started realizing people like James Harden, they create problems too that they should be called fouls for.
Crew chief Ken Maurer made the call. He's joined by Brent Barnaky and Fennessy Ransom here tonight. Osmond to the hole. Flex it up. Missed that. Putback by Thompson. Doesn't go. Tucker feeds the corner, finds Mata. Mata baseline jumper, no good. Kevin Love with the rebound. Knight now for the Cavaliers. As we mentioned, the Cavaliers practices have focused on the fundamentals. We have a whistle. Tristan Thompson walks. Another point of emphasis this season by the officials.
Yeah, everything, isn't it amazing? Right away, two things that they have emphasized, are emphasizing this season happened. He drugged that foot. They're going to call it every time. They are really focusing on certain things this season.
Aguirre drives to the hole, missed it, rebounded by Williams, takes a dribble, puts it up and puts it in as Williams gets San Lorenzo on the board. Kevin Love, the elder statesman now at 31 years of age. Sexton pulls up, fires a three. That's no good. Sexton shot threes over 40% last season. That ranked him top 20 in the NBA. Aguirre now. Up to Pinheiro. Pinheiro has a smaller man pinned down low, and Sexton spins, banks, and scores.
Yeah, and those are going to be areas that the Cavs will have to contend with this year. Because of the size of the backcourt, a lot of teams are going to start backing them down into situations like that.
Here's Love, low post. He'll work on Pinheiro. Jump hook, right hand. Can't get the roll.
But the position was great. If you let Kevin Love have that position on a consistent basis, he will wear you out.
Aguirre, jump pass intended for Williams. It's poked out of bounds by Thompson. The ball remains with the Cuervos.
And this team, really, when you look at it, I mean, to win your division 4 straight years, you have a winning attitude in your franchise.
Sported a mark of 45-12 last season in league play. Pinheiro thinks about the three and then throws one away. Picked off by Osmond. Jetty's on the run. Feeds Love in the corner. Squares, shoots, missed it. Thompson with a weak side rebound. Had a career high in offensive rebounds per game last season to Tristan as Knight misfires on a three.
Right now, the Cavs are falling in love with that long jump shot.
Tucker works off a Pinheiro screen, gets picked up by Love on the switch. Goes to work halfway down the lane. His floater is good. And the Ravens have taken a 6-5 lead. We have a foul called on the floor. Aguirre is the guilty party.
Sexton doing a good job of using his speed that time. The defense a little slow getting back. Attack the hoop.
Cavaliers scored the opening 5 points. San Lorenzo has the last 6. Osmond right wing, shakes on it. Aguirre goes baseline, took a bump, puts it up, and drew the foul.
Yeah, a quick move to the baseline. Jetty with a nice quick move to the baseline, gets a bump right there. Almost got it to go, almost flipped it in there on the opposite side of the hoop.
Mata has picked up his second. General manager Kobe Allman said Osmond likes the new system that's been instituted by John Beilein. Said it reminds him a lot of that European system, a lot of ball movement, a lot of player movement.
Well, to me, this is the perfect situation. Once the team understands, like this, the first play of the game with the backdoor cut, once you get everybody understanding that that's there, that will set up so many different things. But you got to know, you got to want to move without the ball. You can't control the ball. You got to move it and move it and move it to take advantage of those opportunities.
Teddy had a terrific World Cup this summer with the Turkish national team.
Yeah, he played well.
Averaged nearly 20.5 points per game. That was 6th best in the entire tournament in China. Mata, over to the foul line, rammed into Thompson, and Thompson draws the charge.
He read that one. Double T did a good job of reading that play there.
John Beilein right in front of us. Thrust both fists into the air. He liked that.
Yeah, Tristan saw that one coming right there. He said, well, let me take one for the team.
Mata has just picked up his third. It's a little over 4 minutes into the ball game as we get an early look at Luciano Gonzalez, who checks in. Here's Sexton. Garland a 10-footer. That's no good. Rebounded by Williams.
You see, those are situations where if you're going to take that shot, you got to make it because nobody's in rebounding position.
Gonzalez up to Pinheiro. Points more to Gonzalez. He's watched by Thompson out around the perimeter. He has 6 to shoot. Thompson stays in front of him. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Nice defense by Tristan.
Yeah, he tried to get tricky with Double T. Double T laid a defense on him.
Thompson feeds Sexton in the corner. Garland drives to the paint, takes the bump, floats it up, missed the shot. The rebound's grabbed by San Lorenzo. Here's Aguirre now. Back to Pinheiro. Pinheiro with the jumper. He scores.
Well, you can see they're starting to loosen up now. They're getting the ball down the floor. They're taking the first look that they get. If it's a good one, they're letting it go. So they're starting to open up their game a little bit now.
Brandon Knight, who's had a solid camp, goes off a Thompson screen. Feels it right side to Love. Love fires a triple. That's no good. Tucker now. Cavaliers are but 1 of 6 from distance. 3 on the way is no good by Pinheiro, and Thompson corrals another rebound.
You can tell that they've been all in camp now. There's no games conditioning or playing right now. You can see that with the Cavs.
Midway through the opening quarter, Thompson works on Williams. Hook to the right hand, scores and gets fouled, and Tristan Thompson has a chance for the three-point play.
Well, he said he had a guy that thinks he can block shots. See if he can block this one. Double T takes him down to the post. Up and over for 2.
Welcome back to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. We're all tied at 9 with 6 minutes in the first quarter. Hello, everyone. I'm Angel Gray, and Coach Beilein said from top to bottom, each player is held accountable, and it all starts with fundamentals.
Good veterans understand that there's slippage in the fundamentals especially over a summer. I mean, there's just incredible slippage, and you have to remind them of that. And that's it. And it's not their fault, right? That when they're just playing or they're just doing something, you're not in a stance all the time. You're not sprinting the court. You're not talking. And so they sort of understand. They sort of remember. But it's for the good veterans like riding a bike.
Man, that is music to my ears. That's where I like to be coached, just what he brings to the table.
4 new Cavaliers have checked in, including the 19-year-old Kevin Porter, the rookie out of Southern Cal. As here's Aguirre to the paint. He's right wing side. Gonzalez fires a 3 and cans it. Gives San Lorenzo a 12-9 lead.
Well, the Cavs have let them get themselves together. Now, they had them kind of reeling, but the Cavs couldn't get themselves together. Now they're letting them get into a rhythm.
Larry Nance, Matt Dellavedova, and Jordan Clarkson all see their first preseason action as well. Here is Clarkson. Boy, he's coming off a sensational season. Leans in, fires a 3, and Jordan Clarkson connects on his first shot of the preseason.
It's amazing, isn't it? He comes right in the game, picks up right where he left off.
It doesn't matter the time of the game.
Right.
It doesn't matter if he missed his first shot. He made his first shot. It doesn't matter. Tucker with the drive. He scores. Darren Tucker has given San Lorenzo a 3-point lead.
The one thing they will have to focus more on, I think, is individual defense. Then that leads to good team defense.
You know, I talked to J.D. Bickerstaff. He's the associate head coach this season. He is focused on that defense. He said what needed to be changed most from last season. He said physicality on that defensive end. Here's Porter. Finds Dellavedova, 3 on the shot clock. Clarkson, a 9-1-1 triple. That's it. That's a shot clock violation against the Cavs. That shot did not hit iron.
They're good coming off the pick. And what he does best is one-on-one play. Knocks it down.
Last season, Jordan Clarkson was third in the entire NBA in bench scoring, nearly 17 points per game. That was a career high.
Well, he was one of the things you could depend on last season was his production off the bench.
John Beilein sends another rookie into the ball game. Marquise Bolden, 21-year-old, played 3 seasons at Duke. Here's Aguirre.
Yeah, with him,
guarded by Dellavedova. Go ahead, Court.
Excuse me. With him coming in the game this soon, they want to get a good look at him.
Tucker to the baseline. Cut off by Porter. Keeps his dribble. Gets to the paint. Floats it up and gets fouled.
Cavaliers foul number 4, Kevin Porter Jr. His first personal. First team foul.
Foul is on Porter.
Coming down there. You know what? John, that's the second time he's done that. He didn't get called for that one, but he likes to hook you. That's the second time he got called for the first one. They didn't call that one. See, the only way you can deal with that, old school way we would deal with that is when he hooks you, his whole side of his head is exposed. You just have to hit him one time. And that he'll stop hooking you.
Tucker's first free throw is good. Shop Officials 90 retro apparel from our classic Cavs edition. The Cavs team shop is your source for authentic 90s Cavs gear. Visit Cavs.com/shop or go to the team shop today as Augustine Caffaro checks in for the first time. Tucker's second free throw is good. So it's Bolden, Nance, Dellavedova, Porter, and Clarkson who make up the Cavalier 5. Another backdoor cut. There's Clarkson. Took a Dellavedova feed, but could not convert.
And they will get a lot of those because those two work well with that backdoor move when Delly's coming down the floor like that.
Tucker feeds the post. The foul called is 6'9" Caffaro and a smaller man, and Clarkson is 6'5", pinned down low.
His first personal.
And this is something that they're going to have to work on all season because with the way the defense is played, a lot of small people will get opportunities to defend in the paint, and you have to be physical in the paint.
Gonzalez gets called for a travel. Again, we talked about that physicality. J.B. Bickerstaff said, hey, look, on the defensive end, we need to create more discomfort. Don't let players run wherever they want, with or without the ball.
That's the perfect word, discomfort. Perfect word for it.
So he wants the players to be disruptive. Here's Marquise Bolden. He'll feed Nance on the right side. Junior comes off, finds Dellavedova. Dellavedova to the elbow. Now it's Bolden. 6 shows on the shot clock. 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. Clarkson with 2 to shoot. Back to Dellavedova. He'll launch. With a foul called off the ball. That's the second.
See, and you can see right now, when you get into action, you go back, you revert back to some of your old days, some of his college motions. The first time the defensive player moved, the first thing he did was reach, and he got called for it. You can't do that in the pros. They won't let you get away with that.
That's the 3rd team foul on the Cavaliers. The Ravens have committed 4 in this opening quarter. Gonzalez. That's a teammate in Caffaro. Caffaro missed the shot, but is rebounded by Esteban Batista, who has just checked in. Batista scores, and the Ravens have taken a 6-point lead.
The Cavs have to start. Right now, they're thinking because they're trying to execute like they have been in camp.
Porter gets doubled. Finds Nance. Nance to the foul line. Jump pass to Clarkson. Clarkson bothered by Gonzalez. Gets cut off baseline. Step back jumper. He's got a tough angle shot by Clarkson.
Well, you know, he had to create something, and that's the style of player that has to do it in those situations. When you have to create, give it to Clarkson.
Tucker, who played his college ball at DePaul, lobs one inside. Caffaro down low. Spins, puts one up with the left hand. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Clarkson. Now it's scooped up by Dellavedova. 2.5 to go, opening quarter. Nance gets knocked down. Foul away from the ball. It's on Aguirre.
Lorenzo foul number 7.
Cavaliers have struggled from the floor. 5 of 19. They trail by 4.
When you're running our offense and our defense, we're just reading off each other. If we see some of those reads happening, right, that we're linked together, that what one guy does, the next guy has to read it. If we're not going to see a lot of that. But if we're seeing enough that in film tomorrow we can teach from it, That would really be good. The most improvement you ever make in any time that I've been coaching is after your first exhibition or scrimmage against somebody else.
And that's huge, because what he's talking about is not thinking about what you're doing, reacting to what you're doing. And in any sport you play, when you can react instead of thinking, you're much quicker and much more efficient.
Kevin Porter picked up a couple of fouls here in this opening quarter, so Brandon Knight is back on the floor as there's Clarkson on the line. His first free throw is good. It's interesting hearing John Beilein talk about that offense. He said because of the way the offense is built, you can flow right into it. You don't have to think too much about it, AC, because it's really four guards out there. It's positionless, at least out there on the perimeter.
Right, it's all reading. It's all reading. And once you get into that, man, that's a beautiful way to play the sport, is when it's all about reading. What the guy in front of you does, or the guy next to you, what they do is it tells you what you need to do.
We have another traveling violation against the Ravens. That was Luciano Gonzalez. That's the 6th turnover by San Lorenzo here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and the Cavs had to take advantage of all those turnovers. You got to execute after a turnover. That's when you really have to have your focus at the top.
Knight between the circles, guarded by Maximo Fialaru, who has just checked in. Clarkson, another 3 on the way. It brings his iron. Loose ball. We have a foul call, and that's on the Cavaliers' Bolden.
Cavaliers foul number 1, Marquise Bowman. His first personal.
So it's Dellavedova, Knight, Nance, Clarkson, and Bolden on the floor. John Beilein said we could see some Jordan Clarkson at the small forward position this season.
No, if you move without the ball, you can play all guards at one time and get away with it if you move without the ball in this offense.
Gonzalez's pass ends up out of bounds. As Ransom looks for some help. Ken Maurer says it's Cavalier basketball. The Ravens beg to differ. Let's get a look in the replay. Hard to tell from that
It's hard
angle.
to tell. It looked like because the referee was in the way that time.
They are going to give it to the Ravens. Now, John Beilein's offense, as we get one more look. This
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Nance did get a piece of it.
Nance put a little toe on it.
That's the correct call. And John Beilein's offense, the small forward at times, is what he calls the wolf. Somebody who can go and hunt shots. Mentioned that Jordan Clarkson's going to get a look at small forward.
I'd like to play the wolf then.
Batista goes to the hole, he banks and scores. That's what I was going to say. You tell Jordan Clarkson you're going to get to hunt and, look at shots. I don't think you have to tell him twice.
No, you won't have to tell him twice.
2016 is the San Lorenzo lead. Bolden. It's it off to Dellavedova. Now it's Nance. Nance backs in on Vildoza. Draws a double back to Clarkson for a 3. Missed it. Nance with a follow. He hammers it home.
Yes. Nance doing a good job. He made a good pass out to Clarkson, but then when he missed the shot, Nance is right there to throw the hammer down.
It's nice to see the progression in the game of Larry Nance last season.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly with that passing.
Yes. He has such a great feel for the game. He's just he's a solid basketball player. He understands the game. Clarkson going up, Nance right there at the right spot at the right time to throw the hammer down.
You think about his first couple of seasons out west with L.A. Wasn't asked to pass much, wasn't asked to shoot much.
Right. They really didn't take advantage of his skills.
Lob to the rim. That takes advantage of his skills. Dellavedova puts it up top. Nance goes and gets it. Another dunk. And we're tied at 20.
And that gets your juices going. As a player, when you see a guy get back-to-back situations like that, that gets you ready to go.
12-second difference between shot and game clock. Bolden gambles. Batista makes the catch and scores.
He's not a leaper, but very fundamentally sound. That was a nice little stop move he made there to go up and under on the other side.
Shot clock off. John Beilein says, take your time, Delly. Delly obliges, and then Bolden gets tripped off the ball by Batista. So Bolden will shoot a couple of free throws.
Here we got the backdoor move. Nance coming down the side there. Nice little move. Actually, the top guy thought he was going to get switched in, and Batista never got there, and he got a a little sandwich in the face.
First free throw by Bolden is off the mark. Shop official 90s retro apparel from our Cavs Classic Edition. Cavs Team Shop is your source for authentic 90s Cavs gear. Visit Cavs.com/shop or the Team Shop today. Bolden last season blocked 58 shots with the Duke Blue Devils. Second only behind some guy named Zion Williamson. Blocked one more. 5 ticks left. Vildosa looks to go all the way. Lays it high off the window and scores.
Yeah, that was a nice shot that time.
Strongly past to Clarkson. And the first quarter is in the books. San Lorenzo shoots it at 55% in the opening quarter. Cavaliers get their first 12 minutes of preseason action. And after the opening quarter, San Lorenzo 24, Cavaliers 21.
It's totally different. The game is a lot faster. Like you said, physicality. I mean, if you're going through like to the corner or something, you're definitely gonna get your head knocked off. So, I mean, the physicality is a lot different.
The number 5 overall pick of the most recent NBA draft, Darius Garland, makes his NBA preseason debut, and he'll do so notably, AC, alongside Colin Sexton.
Yeah, I think this is what they envisioned when they drafted him, to put those two in the backcourt together. Let's see how it works.
The Ravens start the second quarter with the ball. Maximo Fialaru will find Jose Vildosa. Vildosa's watched by Garland. Vildosa puts up a runner. That doesn't go. Tipped and grabbed by Colin Sexton. Nearly instantly, you'll notice the pace difference between Sexton and Garland.
Yes, that's just a big difference.
Sexton to the foul line. Look to spin down the lane. He got stripped by Batista, and out comes Tucker. Tucker to the foul line. Looks it up. It's tipped in. As Fialaru gets credited with the bucket, and San Lorenzo is taking a 5-point lead.
Well, the one thing they're doing, the Cavs aren't doing, is they're taking advantage of the turnovers. The Cavs are letting them get away with turnovers and not executing on the next play down the floor.
Love, Thompson, and Osman complete the Cavalier fivesome. Sexton has 6 to shoot. Back to Osman. Osman works off a Thompson screen, works on Batista to the basket, lays it up, missed the shot. Fialaru snatches the rebound. Vildosa lines up a 3. The lefty missed it. Garland rebounds. Out he comes. Garland to the foul line. Deals off to Osman. Osman fires a 3. No good. Thompson with a rebound, and Thompson with a finish.
Double T laid on him pretty heavy that time. The referee didn't give him a call against him, so he got an easy rebound and put back in.
How did you like the Garland drive and dish?
I like it. That means he got eyes in the back of his head, doing a good job of coming down, understand where his teammates are. Good pass to Jetty now. As the season progresses, he will make that shot. And that is what the Cavs need. Somebody that can get into the middle and distribute the ball.
Tristan Thompson already has 3 offensive rebounds in this game. It's another San Lorenzo turnover as Vildosa stepped out of bounds. He was being badgered by the rookie in Garland.
Yeah, well, Garland did a good job of keep moving with him. Not giving up on the play. Keep moving with him. Made him step out of bounds.
While Sexton, his pace is downhill.
Right.
100 miles an hour straight ahead. Garland has a
little bit of
pace.
Right, a little bit of floating, a staggered type movement, which is a good contrast for the two guards.
We're talking to Kobe Altman, Cavaliers GM. Garland's game is suited for the half court.
Right.
Smooth, relaxed pace, and get his teammates into the flow, into certain plays. Batista backing in on Thompson. Pivots, floats, scores. Two minutes in second quarter. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Garland. Lobs one up top to Thompson. Tristan spins, floats with the right hand, and scores.
Tristan and Batista are going at it now. Back and forth. Love it. I love it.
6.6 boards for Thompson. Batista looks to answer on Tristan, and he walked.
Yeah, that's a big man, though. Once he gets inside, it's a tough guy to stop. Getting down low, all he wants is that bump. He wants to play off the bump. The bump didn't come, but he's strong enough to keep Tristan off of him. Tristan doing a good job. He takes the bump. He goes up over the top for 2.
I'll tell you, Batista got called for traveling this last time down. Almost looked like he changed his pivot foot the previous time as well on that replay. 9 turnovers already by the Ravens in this first half. Thompson down the lane, and once again over Batista.
The old pick and roll.
And another travel. Well, the NBA wasn't kidding when they said they're going to crack down on
right.
traveling violations.
Nice little pick and roll situation here. Double T finishes strong at the hoop.
Hard to believe that Tristan Thompson now is the longest tenured Cavalier.
I know, he's right. That is amazing.
Just a baby when the Cavs picked him in 2011.
Right.
Selected 4th overall that season. Sexton now works on Tucker, deals off to Garland. Garland waits for a Thompson screen, steps back, launches a 3. Got it. Oh, my. Here's stroke by Garland.
Smooth. Deep in the rock.
Batista once again on Thompson.
Man,
Under the basket he goes. He banks and
load.
scores. He just muscled his way to the rim.
But the way he plays, as soon as I see him put the ball on the floor, I'm going to attack him from the other side. Make him a passer.
Batista played in the NBA for a couple of seasons between 05 and 07 with the Hawks. Played for Mike Woodson. Thompson banks. Thompson scores.
No.
Back and forth we go.
It's a big man duel.
How about Tristan? 10 and 6 here in the first half. He's 5 of 7 from the field.
I'm expecting him to have a big year, though.
Tucker fires a 3. Love rebounds. Said Tristan was in fantastic shape. Garland lakes out, double clutches and scores. Darius Garland to the rim.
He's got an old school game. I love it. Show it, take it away, and lay it back in.
Darius Garland in his first appearance here in the NBA preseason. Cavaliers are in the midst of an 11-4 run. They've taken a 34-30 lead. The Cavaliers are on top of the Ravens 34-30. Just under 4 minutes into the second quarter. Tristan Thompson, 10 points and 6 rebounds. He has been strong in his season debut.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him having a strong year. You can tell he's in good health now. His body's look strong. He's playing strong. And again, the last couple seasons, he's added more offense to his game. And I think it's really going to pay off for the Cavaliers with this new system of offense.
He is the Cavs' last 4 buckets. As here's Tucker with a runner. That doesn't go. And Thompson snares another rebound. He'll take it himself. Thompson works on Batista. Good pass. Finds Garland. Fakes a 3. Puts it on the floor. Back to Osmond for a triple. Got it.
Distributing the ball. Finding open man. Mr. Garland.
Now, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. Last season, his field goal attempts per game doubled from the previous season.
Yes.
3 on the way is good as Pinheiro cashes in. Not all that surprising, as Tristan was expected to have a more central role
Right.
in the offense last season with the changes.
Cavs are doing a much better job of controlling the paint now. They had 16 points. Good pass. Back door. I love it. Play the game.
Garland 5 points, a couple of assists. Another backdoor cut. The other route off the Pinheiro, and he walked.
He started moving his feet. Again, this is a very important part of this offense, being able to do that. Because if you can do that now, that defender will back off now and give you the entry pass. It starts your offense. Great, great piece to add to the offense.
Osmond down the lane, double clutches, scores, and gets fouled, and Cedi Osmond has a chance for the 3-point play. You know, we were talking a little bit about Darius Garland, and nobody got to see a lot of Darius in the collegiate ranks. As we get another look at Osmond going down the lane. Played only 5 games at Vanderbilt, and everybody raved about his shooting. That workout he had for the Cavaliers, his shooting was off the charts.
Right.
But maybe his passing was a touch underrated in terms of coming out of college. You know, his head coach was Bryce Drew, and he said, this guy, if he played when I played, he would have been one of the best passers in the NBA.
Yeah,
Garland.
Right. He's definitely a guy that understands the game. He's an old school feel to his game, and I love that because he's constantly looking for the open man, but he can score when he has to.
Tucker barges his way to the hole. He gets fouled by Sexton. The foul is deemed on the floor. That three-point play by Osman has given the Cavs a 9-point lead. Cavs hit their last 8 shots after starting out cold. Did he hook him again, AC?
Yep, again. I tell you, he hooks every time. And they don't call it every time. I don't understand it.
Tucker played 2 seasons at DePaul in the Big East between 07 and 09. He also was in this summer's World Cup in China, played for Jordan. Finished that tournament 5th in scoring to Dar Tucker. Osman coast to coast. Missed the left-handed shot. Pinheiro rebound. Here's Beilein 2-on-1 off the Tucker. He lays it up and in. We approach the midway point of the second quarter. Cavaliers by 7. Sexton unloads a 3. He's got it.
Good job of moving into your rhythm. They let him move into a rhythm that time. He's able to knock it down.
Batista again inside. Floats one up with the left hand. Missed it. Osman rebounds, but he'll get caught for a push-off. Cavs bench doesn't like the call.
Cavaliers fouls number 16, Jenny Osman. His first personal.
Yeah, up over the top. Jetty doing a good job of being physical. I don't mind that. I like that. Be a little physical. You got to let them know you're out there.
And number 4, Kevin Porter Jr.
Jordan Clarkson re-enters along with Kevin Porter, who picked up 2 early fouls. Sexton and Osman check out. Here's Pinheiro. Fires. He misses. Love grabs his 4th rebound. Garland was looking for Love, threw it behind him, and out of bounds it goes. The Cavaliers struggled in the opening quarter from the field. Here in the second quarter, they're 10 of 13.
Yeah, well, they did a good job of, again, they focused defensively on slowing him down in the paint after that first quarter.
Tucker on a drive. Garland will shovel one ahead and find Clarkson. Good no-look pass to Porter. Porter fakes a 3, goes baseline to the bucket. Got fouled by Williams. Puts it up and in. Porter just willed his way to the bucket, and he has a chance for the 3-point play.
The young man has a boatload of talent. He just hasn't learned how to use it. Inside, takes the bump, hangs in the air, banks it in. Opportunity for a 3-point play.
He started driving from the corner. It looked like he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, well, he likes to create shots. That's what he does. That's his game.
And at the line for your Cavaliers with the #1, Kevin Porter Jr.
Matt Dellavedova re-enters for the Cavaliers. It's Mata who checks back in for the Ravens. The lefty Porter drains the free throw and gives the Cavaliers an 11-point lead.
You can see he's a little bit more comfortable now than he was in that first quarter.
Just a 19-year-old, already has an NBA physique. Tucker works on Porter, slices to the basket, drew some contact, and lays it in. Tucker has 12 points. He leads the way for the visitors. Clarkson now angles off a Love screen, deals to Nance. Nance to the basket, puts it up. That's swatted by Williams.
Williams was a good shot blocker in college.
Played his college ball at Larry's alma mater, Wyoming.
Yes.
Dellavedova forces a turnover, and now Love throws one away. It's picked off by Tucker. Aguirre with 4.5 to go in the first half. His Ravens trail by 9. Aguirre lines up a 3, missed it. That's boxed out by the Cavaliers, and out comes Porter. Cavs traded back into the first round to get Porter at 30, and that's why he drives into the paint and floats it home. Cavaliers 50, Ravens 39.
He has a unique ability to get his shot when he needs to.
Jumper by Pinheiro is good.
That was a line drive there. Had no air under it.
Dellavedova lobs to the rim, and Nance with his 3rd dunk of this opening half.
Yeah, you could see Delly set that up right away. Nance knew exactly what he was trying to do.
Nice chemistry between those two. A lob to Williams at the rim. Has to come down with it. Puts it up. Blocked by Love. Williams gets it back. Williams can't convert. Love grabs the rebound. Nearly got stripped. And now taps it ahead to Dellavedova. The Aussie directs traffic. Dellavedova lobs to the rim again. That one's too tall for Nance. And Love commits a foul on the open floor to prevent a would-be fast break.
Nance got to him a little too late. Deli wanted the pick to be higher so he could make that pass a lot easier. Down low, Kevin doing a good job of staying on his feet and going after the ball at his apex. Doing a good job of defending there on the defensive end of the floor. Deli with the pass over the top. A little bit too close. Well, at that time it was perfect, but the last time it was a little bit too close for that pass.
Pinheiro to the foul line. He got stripped by Dellavedova. Out of bounds it goes. Ball will stay with San Lorenzo. The Cavaliers, of course, a dozen turnovers already in this first half.
We're getting more active on it.
Well,
more active on the defensive end. Deli gets his hand on it. He thought it went off on his hip, but it looked like it didn't hit his hip.
Mata misfires on a jumper. 3 to go in the second quarter. Dellavedova fires a 3, hangs on the rim and drops through. New shooting stroke for Dellavedova. That crouch was a lot lower previously in his NBA career.
And he doesn't take it behind his head anymore. He shoots it up over his right eye.
3 on the way by Pinheiro long. Bolden secures the rebound.
Yeah, they're starting to shoot the ball without any defensive and without any rebounding people.
Porter walk. The Cavaliers struggled from the field in the first quarter. They have gotten it together here in quarter number 2. Now Dellavedova with a triple. His Cavaliers own a 55-42 lead. On top of San Lorenzo, 55-42. 2:40 remains in the first half. Cavaliers' next preseason game is Friday against the Pistons, live from Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Tip is at 7 o'clock. Join us right here on Sports Time Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. Angel had a chance to listen in to that Cavs huddle at the last timeout. Angel, what do you have?
Well, Coach Beilein, as well as Bickerstaff, saying just we need to be more disciplined on the defensive end. We're allowing San Lorenzo's point guard to just dictate where we are on the defensive end. Make sure that we stay disciplined, communicate, and let's win the last 2 minutes of this. That's what they're looking for before the half, guys.
Thank you, Angel. And no question, defense has been huge. It's been stressed at camp over the last 6 days as Porter is called for the personal.
Well, it's obvious why Coach Beilein wants to do that. Because when you look at it, John, the Cavs have been one of the worst teams defensively in the NBA for the last 3 or 4 seasons after the championship season. So he knows he has to improve that area in order for them to have opportunities to win.
That foul on Porter is his 3rd. So he's replaced by Jetty Osborne as Williams with the shot clock winding down, banks it in. You know, when we talked to Associate Head Coach J.B. Bickerstaff about that defense, he said Nance, another backdoor cut. He dunks. That's his 4th of this first half.
And when you get those kind of plays, it really puts the defense on notice, and it's going to open up, like I said, the entry pass will be much easier.
Ire can't find the range, but Caparo follows. J.B. Bickerstaff said in terms of that defense, AC, it's simple. He said just be really good at the things we do. And when asked, well, what are the things we do? As Nance fires a 3, that's no good. Rebound grabbed by the Cavaliers, and they reset with a fresh 14. He said take away the layup, run guys off the line. Dellavedova, a floater, no good. Make other teams mid-range teams, and he said it's that simple.
Yes, right, it is that simple. But it's effort. It's all about effort.
Bill Bosa with a 3, that's way off. Banked in, the offensive rebound grabbed by Ire, and with a buck 10 to go in the first half. It's Cavs 57, Cuervo's 48.
Have a little bit off defensively as far as reaction time.
Ravens is the English translation of Cuervo's, the nickname of San Lorenzo, as here's Nance straight away, fakes a 3. Nance down the left alley, good move. He got nicked and fouled by Williams. He can't believe the call made by Brent Barnaky. However, Jr. was a mainstay at Cleveland Clinic Courts over the summer. Will go to the line. Here's another look at that backdoor cut.
Yep, and when you get on an island like that as a defender, and once it's in the scouting report, it really is going to change a lot of things the way they execute their offense, because all guys look for that. They don't want to be embarrassed like that. And after a while, the coaches say, well, John, are you going to let him backdoor you all night or what? So after a while, you go to the bench, you want to change that.
Fan favorite giveaways and unique theme nights for Cavs basketball are back. This year's promotional schedule features 6 bobbleheads and much, much more. Head to Cavs.com/promos to see the complete schedule and get your tickets today. Junior drains both free throws. They said he was the lab rat this summer. Coach Beilein, right after his introductory press conference, came to the court. Nance was the only one there, so he said, you know what? Get into these drills for me. And Larry, after a while, said, Coach, can I just shoot? I mean, can I get my work in here? As Coach Beilein continued to run him through some of the drills. The 3 is knocked down by San Lorenzo from the Cavs lead to 8. Clarkson looks to answer, and that's exactly what he does.
Right back at you. Clarkson deep in the rock.
Not bashful as Jordan Clarkson.
No.
Clarkson, Osmond, Thompson, and Nance all have 10 points to lead the Cavaliers. We have a 5-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Vildosa to the elbow. Thrown away, picked off by Osmond. Up ahead to Clarkson. Clarkson hammers it. Give him a dozen in this first half.
Always good to see that ball go out like that as a defender.
Ayure down the lane, a floater. He converts.
And that's something the Cavs have to work on. They did that a lot last season, where they would score and let a team come right down the floor and score right away.
First quarter for the Cavaliers left a little to be desired. They trailed 24-21 after 12 minutes, but a much stronger second quarter. The Cavs shoot it much better from the field, as the Cavs are a +14 in the second quarter. What do they do better in the second 12 minutes, they see?
Well, the first thing they did was kept them out of the paint, because they were killing them in the paint. They stopped that, and that gave them an opportunity to get out on the fast break and get into a rhythm.
There's a reason the defense has been stressed by Coach Beilein. So many times it leads to easy buckets.
Hey, the Cavs have been one of the worst defensive teams in the league for the last 3 years, and Coach Beilein is definitely changing that.
Tristan Thompson had 10 points and 7 rebounds in the first half, and he's standing by with Angel Gray.
Thanks, Mike. Well, for a second there, Tristan, it was the Tristan and Batista show. What did you see in that second quarter that allowed you to get a better rhythm, not for yourself, but as a team offensively?
Just playing serious. I think in the first quarter, guys are kind of going through the motions. At the end of the day, this is still a basketball game. You got to have respect for the game. And, you know, you guys are still pros, you know what I'm saying? These guys came from South America, from Argentina to come play, and they want to make a name for themselves. So we got to have a more serious approach. Offense is not the issue with our team. We can score the ball. It's on the defensive end. You know, at the end of the day, we were the worst team defensively in NBA history, and that's something that's not acceptable, especially here in Cleveland. So we got to go in halftime, look at the film, and we got to take it serious on the defensive end, regardless of who we're playing.
All right, thanks so much, Tristan.
No doubt.
All right, well, coming up here at halftime, Coach Lindsey Gottlieb tells me what stood out this week in camp. We will take a peek at the Cavs' great schedule, and I will get Coach Bickerstaff's take on the second half. All coming up. Stay with us.
Mortgage Fieldhouse for the start of the second half. Moments ago, our own Angel Gray was joined by Associate Head Coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Coach, thanks for joining us. What was the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter? It seemed like you found more of a rhythm.
Yeah, I think the ball movement was great in the second quarter. You know, everybody was touching it, everybody was attacking, and then we were making the easy play. We started to put a little tempo in our offense, you know, started to feel a little more comfortable.
All right, and then what do you want to see implemented better in the second half?
I think we got to be better defensively. I think right now 36 of their 53 points are in the paint. We got to do a much better job of protecting the paint, forcing them to take contested pull-up twos.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
And he's right. The paint is what really hurt them in that first half. They can control that. They will have a much better opportunity to win this ball game.
The Cavaliers with an 11-point lead open up this third quarter the same way they started the game. Sexton and Knight are in the backcourt. Actually, check that as Larry Nance has checked in. Kevin Love started the ball game, so it's Nance, Thompson, and Osmond on the floor to open up the second half of the home club. Game 1 of 4 in the preseason. Osmond has a shot rejected out around the perimeter by Justin Williams. Williams back in the 05-06 collegiate season for Wyoming. Blocked 163 shots in 30 games.
Yeah, he definitely understands how to block shots.
Second in the country. Osmond strips Williams. He gets it back.
Good double down by Jetty that time.
Knight shakes on Mata. Good dish to Thompson, who hammers home a dunk. Oh, my.
My goodness, double T throws a hammer down.
Thompson hasn't been kidding around here.
No, that's right.
Game number 1.
Well, you can tell he's trying to get the team to understand what they're getting ready to face. When they play an NBA team, you can't give up these points like they're giving them.
Williams down the lane, runs into Thompson, lost the ball, out of bounds. The ball will stay with San Lorenzo. Let's take a listen to this dunk by Thompson. Williams was on the wrong end.
It's hard, John, when you look up and all you see is the ball coming through the rim. That's a bad feeling.
Aguirre banks and misfires. Osmond collects the rebound.
I like the way he's pushing it down the floor.
Sexton, who had 6 points in the first half, goes to the paint, deals back to Osmond. He fires a 3. That's no good. I think that's more of what Coach Beilein is looking for out of Collin. Get himself to that foul line, draw a double. As a 3 is good from the left side. Pinheiro knocks it down.
And that's what you want. You want a guy to draw people, and then that opens up your offense. Your offense is simple once you draw 2 people and you give it up to the right man.
Osmond had 10 first half points. Gives to Nance. Now it's Sexton. As 5 shows on the shot clock. Sexton on IEA. Pulls up, knocks down an 18-footer. Cavaliers by a dozen. John Beilein just shouted out to Jetty Osmond, said we're not going to give up these 3-point shots. Tucker fires a 3. That's off the mark.
Yeah, again, you have to focus them on defense, and that's what he's trying to do.
He's challenged this team, rookies and veterans alike, throughout camp.
Yes, he has.
Sexton misfires. Mentioned Collin shot 3s last season. Over 40%. That was top 20 in the NBA. Tucker with a floater, missed it. Out comes Thompson. Thompson works on Williams. Stutter steps to the paint. Tristan Thompson a floater. Can he get it back? Not quite. Williams grabs the rebound.
See, that's where your point guard has to get you into something. Go get the ball if you have to.
Pinheiro backs into a smaller man in Sexton. 3 post, gets it again, takes a 15-footer and scores. Three and a half in, third quarter. Here's Nance. Thompson and Nance play catch.
See, he's falling away on that shot. You got to get more on your toes going up and into the shot instead of falling away.
Coaching staff in the front office has encouraged Larry to take more outside shots. If it's there, take the shot.
Because of his ball handling ability, he's going to get those shots.
Tucker goes baseline and scores. And John Beilein has seen enough. He'll take a timeout. 4 minutes and 3 seconds into the third quarter. Your score, Cavaliers 68, San Lorenzo 60. John Beilein's Cavaliers are on top of the San Lorenzo Ravens 68-60 here in the third quarter. We got our first look at Darius Garland in preseason action. Played 7 minutes, 2 of 2 for the field, a 3 and a 2, also a couple of assists.
Yeah, he did a good job of coming in, keeping everybody under control. But Double T was really awesome in that first half, doing a good job of really making it a one-on-one personal battle with the center.
And Jordan Clarkson doing what he does. He scored 12 points in 12 minutes. In half number 1 as the Cavaliers own this 8-point lead. Let's check in with Angel.
Well, guys, Beilein is not happy with how his team has started out the second half. He said, we're not doing 3 things. We're giving up 3s. We're not playing defense. And the ball is sticking too much on the offensive end. You saw the score there. He said, make sure that we trust the offense. Move the ball, or we'll find a different rotation.
Brandon Knight with a 3. Tristan Thompson with a rebound. And out from the Cavs with an 11-point lead.
And see, that's where trusting the ball counts. You have to trust the ball, and it will find who it should find.
Aie puts Banks it up, rejected by Cedi Osman.
That's what you call hustle there. Not giving up on the play. Cedi doing a good job of get that weak stuff out of here. Good job of staying positive and not giving up on the play.
Osman had to come a long way to make the block. Aguirre with a triple, no good. Thompson pokes it to a teammate and Nance. He shovels to Osman. Cavs by 11. Thompson, who's 6 of 9 here this evening. Now it's Nance. Junior twist, fires, draws a foul.
Doing a good job of going up with the jump shot here.
Aguirre with a strange release.
That is strange here because his elbow, the right elbow is facing outward instead of to the floor. That's why you can't. That's why his follow through's that way, because his elbow is out. It should be facing the floor when he releases it.
Vance's first free throw is good. Aguirre is a veteran point guard for San Lorenzo, one of the team captains, 31 years of age. Tomorrow night, Jim Donovan, Doug Deacon, and Tony Grossi go inside the red zone to review the Browns-Niners game. That's at 8 o'clock on Sports Time Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. For those of you getting set for the Monday night matchup tonight, great to have you with us. Browns looking to keep pace with the Baltimore Ravens, which beat the Steelers in overtime yesterday as Cedi Osman loses the ball out of bounds. The ball will stay with the Cavaliers. 6:41 to go in the third. Cavs by 13. Good luck to the Browns tonight. Now West. Thompson straight away deals to Osman. Osman has 4 steals on the defensive end. Also that emphatic rejection here in this third quarter, and that's what the coaching staff is looking for, a smooth release out of Larry Nance, who cans a triple.
Right, he's been working on that shot endlessly, and good to see him knock him down.
Last season, took 98 triples, AC. Only 58 the previous 3 seasons combined. Hit at 33%.
Yes.
See, if you're working on them, take them if you're open.
That's exactly right.
3 on the way is good. Marcos Mata with a triple. Mata's first point. Here's Osman. After a dish from Knight, he lays it up and in. Clever little pass by the veteran point guard and Brandon Knight.
That was a nice move by Cedi to give him an outlet.
Knight's been one of the standouts in camp.
Yes. Well, he's played well, solid. And where he had a whole summer to work on his injury, which he said before he left here that he just wanted the summer to get his leg right.
Thompson fires a 3 from straight away. That's off the mark. John Henson's out tonight with a groin strain, but Henson and Knight certainly have been 2 of the standouts over the last 6 days in Camp Beilein.
Oh, yeah, I mean, watching Henson, he's blocking shots, man. That is a good sign for the Cavs.
Gonzalez misfires. Osman rebounds. Cavs by 15.
Oh, yeah, beating the
Thompson runs the floor, and he does.
Yep, setting the tone. That's what Double T is doing. Letting the young guys know this is how we're going to do it.
Facundo Mueller will take a timeout. Osman with a baseball pass finds Thompson underneath. Thompson and the Cavs have a 17-point lead. 5:04 to go in the third quarter. The Cavs are on top of San Lorenzo by the count of 80-63. So San Lorenzo de Almagro is an athletic club in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We did a little in-depth research on tonight's opponent. Came across one of its most notable members. This is Father Jorge Mario Bergoglio, otherwise known as, yes, Pope Francis.
That is Pope, wow.
He's receiving the championship jersey from the president of San Lorenzo, which begs the question, do they get NBA League Pass at the Vatican?
I would say yes.
Batista inside, banks and scores. So if they do and you're watching, I'm not sure how to tell you this, Your Holiness, but your club is not faring particularly well here tonight in Cleveland.
Well, still, would you please give us a blessing?
Yeah. Tried to break it to him easily, but I didn't want to lie to him for obvious reasons. I mean, he is, after all, the Pope.
That's right, he is the Pope.
45-12 was enough to win the title for San Lorenzo last season. 4-time defending champs. Part of the rules, you're only allowed 8 players 24 years of age or older. More of a development type situation as Mata misfires on a triple and it bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
Yeah, it's amazing that they can only have that many. They designate that situation in that league, but it's all about developing people and players.
Head coach Facundo Mueller in his first season at the helm of San Lorenzo. Dellavedova, Nance, Thompson, Clarkson, and Darius Garland are on the floor for the Cavaliers. Garland was strong in 7 minutes of play in the second quarter as he goes to work. And we have a foul called. Garland went 2 of 2 from the field. He had a 2, had a 3, a couple of assists as well as Mata has picked up his 4th.
Yeah, it's a solid game. The young man knows how to play the game, and it permeates to the rest of the team.
He's been bothered by a sore foot since the start of camp as Dellavedova unloads a 3. That's no good. Not going to get a ton of minutes here tonight, but nice to see him out there on the floor.
Yes.
Gonzalez on the right side feeds the post. Cafaro's down there. The smaller man and Clarkson who stripped him. Cavaliers now for 17 Cuervo's turnovers as Clarkson lines up a 3. Thought about it, and then his pass tipped out of bounds by Gonzalez.
Yeah, no, active hands that time. And Jordan, almost like it was too easy of a pass to make. Just one man to make the pass to the corner, and he got it deflected.
Here's Dellavedova. He had a terrific World Cup this summer. The Boomers Team Australia. Garland goes to work down the lane. He lays it up and in. Garland's 3 of 3 in his preseason debut.
Got a whole lot of herky-jerky with that game. Woo, I love it.
Thompson tips an entry pass, and out comes Garland. Garland lobs over the rim. Man tips it to Clarkson, and Clarkson lays it in. Cavaliers have opened up a 19-point lead. We have a whistle off the ball. This is Garland's first professional foul.
Yeah, what he'll learn is when that pick and roll situation, you got to get into that body early so he doesn't have freedom of movement right away. I mean, not holding, but you want to be into his body more. A nice little back through the legs, up and under. Left hand shot. The man has a lot of junk in his game.
We talked about his pace. A lot different than the pace of Colin Sexton.
Yes.
Takes his time.
Yes.
Gonzalez tried to draw a foul, and he did. Marquise Bolden has checked back in for the Cavaliers. We also get our first look at Jarrell Martin. Martin has 4 years of NBA experience. Martin played last season in Orlando with the Magic. Spent his first 3 seasons in Memphis with the Grizzlies. Played 2 collegiate seasons at LSU. The first free throw is up and good. Cavs opening night driven by Goodyear is Saturday, October 26th when the Cavaliers take on the Pacers. All fans in attendance will get an exclusive T-shirt presented by Cleveland Clinic. Great seats are available right now at Cavs.com/tickets. The Cavaliers home opener, the opener on the road, will be Wednesday the 23rd. The Cavaliers are in Orlando to take on the Magic. Here's Martin, left side of the lane. Goes back to Dellavedova. He has 6 to shoot, followed by Cafaro. Finds Garland. Did Garland shuffle his feet? Indeed, he did.
Yeah, he had to move, and then at the last minute, he wanted to add a little extra to it, and that's what caused the travel.
Cavaliers are shooting 52.5%. Bolden gets called for a foul, trying to deny an entry pass to Esteban Batista, who runs 6'10", 269 pounds.
That's a big man.
Here is Batista. Deals off to Vildosa. Vildosa, part of the Argentinian national team. They claimed silver in the World Cup this summer. Batista with a running hook. He scores.
The big fella knows how to use that 260 pounds.
Batista's 7 of 8 from the field.
Yeah, he's had a good solid game.
14 points. Garland pulls up 15-footer from the left elbow, and he makes it look easy.
Yes, he does. Well, when you can handle the ball like that, the defender can't overcrowd you, so it gives you some space.
How do you like 4 of 4 for Garland? 9 points, a couple of assists, as Bolden gets called for another foul.
It's a solid effort by the young man, going down inside, He realizes that he had an open area, so instead of dribbling into that area, take the shot.
Let's not forget either, this guy hasn't played a game in nearly 11 months.
Right.
See,
He's right.
only 5 games at Vanderbilt before an injury ended his season prematurely. Gonzalez with a high arcing triple. He scores.
I don't know how he made that shot.
1:25 to go in the third. Cavs 86. San Lorenzo 72. Here's Clarkson to the paint. Deals to Martin. He'll display some range. That's no good. Bolden the offensive rebound. Banks and scores. Bolden with the left hand gives the Cavs an 88-72 advantage.
That was pretty smooth there. Didn't bring the ball back down to the little people and just laid it in.
Bolden was named Texas's Mr. Basketball as a high schooler in 2016 before heading on to Duke for 3 seasons. Good entry pass. Cafaro puts it up. That's rejected.
Get that weak stuff out of here.
Martin runs the floor down the lane, lays it up. Missed it. Not where he wanted to, but could not convert. There's Vildosa off the Gonzalez. Puts it up. Bolden alters that, but the rebound is gobbled up by Batista, and he scores.
Yeah, Batista's a solid player. He doesn't jump a lot. He's not a leaper, but he's a solid basketball player.
8 of 9 now from the field. Tied for a team high with 16 points. Bolden with a handoff to Garland. Garland's watched by Gonzalez. He has 8 on the shot clock with which to work. And wiggle to the foul line. Thought he got fouled.
Too much dribbling.
Eventually he did. The foul was called on Vildosa.
His first personal. First in the last 2 minutes.
Coming down the floor. Bolden doing a good job of staying on his feet and waiting till the ball goes up before he leaves his feet.
Mentioned earlier, he blocked 58 shots last season with the Duke Blue Devils. Zion Williamson had 59 to lead the team in that department.
Yet he came off the bench to do that.
He did. Dellavedova now with 5 to shoot. Fires a 3. Bolden with the rebound, and Bolden banks it in. Entry pass denied by Clarkson. 2 seconds left. He'll fire from midcourt. Good if it goes. It does not. The Cavaliers led this ball game by 11 at the half. That lead now is 16, as there is a look at the newly transformed, glorious Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Back with the 4th quarter after this.
It's a beautiful building.
Cavaliers shot it at 30% in the opening quarter. They've settled in since then, AC, at 62% in quarters 2 and 3, and they own with 12 minutes remaining this 16-point lead.
Yeah, they did a good job of focusing on keeping him out of the middle, and while doing that, it got them more into their rhythm so they could get out on the break, get some fast break points, and it seems like their offense, half court, is starting to pick up.
Darius Garland remains on the floor. He's out here with Clarkson, Thompson, Martin, and Kevin Porter. 2 of the 3 players selected in the first round by the Cavaliers this past summer. If you're just joining us, Dylan Windler is out with a stress reaction in his leg as Clarkson cans a triple. The Cavs expect Windler back in late October or early November.
Yeah, and I'm anxious to see him play. Good shooter, good basketball player. I'm anxious to see him in action.
Don't look now, but Clarkson has 17 points in 17 minutes. Batista and Thompson, again, as that was put up by Batista, Clarkson blocked it.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Batista he doesn't do, and that's elevate.
Batista and Thompson made each other's acquaintance, and Thompson fires a 3. That's no good. And made each other's acquaintance in the first half. The battle again here to open up the 4th quarter. Justin trying to extend his range a little bit, AC.
When he first came to us, I never thought I'd ever see him shoot a 3-point shot.
Fieldler can't get it to go.
No, running away from the ball.
Batista scores.
You can't fast break until you have possession.
You would have told Byron Scott during Thompson's rookie season that he'd eventually be shooting 3s.
Yeah, right.
I don't think Byron would have believed you.
No, you're right about that.
Thompson finds a man backdoor and Porter. Pretty pass by Tristan Thompson to set up the play.
There's that back door. I love that element to this offense.
Remember, Byron was the man who convinced Tristan Thompson to switch hands.
Right.
He was a lefty to start his career.
You're right.
Byron saw him in practice shooting with his right hand. He said, you know, maybe you should try that right-handed thing. Tristan did. He made the switch. NBA historians believe he's the only player to ever switch hands in the middle of his career.
Right. That's amazing, isn't it? That shows you how talented he is.
Thompson at the foul line. Deals up left side to Martin. Martin with a bullet inside to Porter, who twists and scores. Porter's 4 of 4. He has 9 points. Pass goes awry. Intended for Flagrant. Back on the Cavaliers again. Garland to the basket. Had it knocked away. And over the baseline, the ball will stay with the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're trying to get up and down the floor a little bit more now. You can see they feel a little bit better about what they're doing now. Again, it comes down to reacting, not thinking about what you're doing.
That's 2 first-rounders in this ball game. Porter and Garland are a combined 8 for 8.
Well, not bad for an evening's work.
Porter inbounds and finds Garland. Garland kicks it off to Martin. Martin launches a 3. Was flat, no good. Thompson another offensive rebound. Deals to Martin down the lane. Hooks in contact. Puts it up and in. And Martin has a chance for the 3-point play.
And I like the fact that he didn't give up on it. Once he missed the shot, he kept his mind and focused on the play and was able to get an opportunity for a 3-point play.
That should do it for Darius Garland as he checks out. 14 minutes, 4 of 4 from the field. Hit a triple, 9 points, 2 assists, also a board. Not a bad night for his preseason debut as Martin is the man on the line. He completes the 3-point play.
Pretty solid evening for the young man. I mean, he's been kind of taking his time going through camp because it's dinged up a little bit, but he's playing very solid ball.
And with the Cavaliers in the midst of a 7-0 run, San Lorenzo wants a timeout.
Really, I can say really tough question. Who has the best accent on the team? Me. Okay. So what do you think? Who has the best accent on the team?
Oh. Wow.
I know it's a tricky one.
That's a tricky one.
Who has the best accent on the team?
I'll say Delhi.
Delhi, right?
Yeah, you're a close second, though.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Cedi Osman taking over Media Day.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
We handled it very diplomatically. That was a loaded question.
That was a loaded question. But I think Delhi has the strongest accent.
New players have checked in for the Cavaliers as Dean Wade has stepped onto the floor. Signed to one of the two-way contracts available for the Cavaliers. Wade's out here along with Daniel Hamilton, third-year man out of UConn. Timotei Luwawu-Cabarrot in his last 3 seasons in the NBA. He's onto the floor as Tucker gets fouled, puts it up and in, and Dart Tucker has a chance for 3. Just over 3 minutes in fourth quarter. It's Cavs 100, Ravens 78.
Yeah, at this point in the game, with this type of a lead, execution is about the only thing you're focusing on right now. Tucker doing a good job taking a bump. Little half hook shot there. I used to love shots like that after you get bumped.
Tucker has 17 points. We mentioned he played for Jordan in the World Cup this summer. 5th in scoring in the tournament at 21 points per game.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid player on a worldwide basis.
It was one slot behind him, but Cedi Osman, he had a terrific tournament as well as the Cavs turn it over. San Lorenzo the other way. That shot's blocked. Tucker recovers. Pinheiro off to Aguirre. Tucker again, watched by Martin. Jab steps, launches a 3. Rebounded by Hamilton. Hamilton finds Martin. Martin down the lane, banks. He misses. Williams rebounds. So some fresh bodies on the floor for the Cavaliers here in this fourth quarter.
And you still want to execute, though. That's the most important thing. This is still training camp, so you want to focus on your execution on both ends of the floor. Proper body movement, proper footwork.
Tucker to the hole, challenges Wabu Cabarro. Missed the shot, rebounded by Wade, who outlets to Porter. Of course, a number of these players are fighting for jobs here for the Cavaliers. Porter to the basket, appeared to get fouled by Williams. Nothing called, and back comes Aguirre. Pinheiro with a triple, that's no good.
They fire him up, don't they?
Got a 5-on-4 there, settled for a triple. Porter, he'll score as Porter with a 3. Kevin Porter now is 5 of 6 from the field. He has a dozen points. Tucker watched by Wabu Cabarro. Aguirre fires a 3. No good. Wade grabs the rebound. Wade played 4 seasons at Kansas State. Gives to Hamilton. Hamilton zigzags over the timeline down the lane. He appeared to walk. It is a Cavalier turnover.
Yeah, he was dancing a little bit too much that time.
Porter's lone miss of this ball game came on that play.
Right, he got fouled. Yeah, he got fouled that time, but he stayed with it, though. Didn't give up on it.
Ball came right back to him. He launched the 3 and canned it.
He waved, let me have it back.
Gonzalez with a 3. That's good.
You can see right there, Coach Beilein, he does not like giving up uncontested 3s. They will see that shot in practice tomorrow in the film session.
Porter launches from the left side. Missed the shot. Tried to draw a foul. Doesn't get it as we play on. Aguirre now finds Pinheiro. Pinheiro stepped on the sideline. Cavalier ball. John Beilein is a big film guy.
Yes.
It will be reviewed. Your mistakes will be pointed out.
Yeah, right. And I used to hate that with Coach Fitz. Boy, he'd sit there and you make one mistake and he'd go, is that how you want to do it, Mr. Carr? Is that how we should do it? Is that how we're taught to do it? Ring over and over and over, man. After a while, I'm sleeping. It's like a nightmare.
Here's Wade between the circles, relays to Porter. We approach the midway point of the 4th quarter. Cavaliers comfortably ahead with a 103-82 lead. Ball ends up out of bounds. Cuervo's ball. Cavaliers have coughed it up 13 times. They've forced 21 San Lorenzo miscues. Here's the former LA Clipper checking in for the first time. It's Sindarius Thornwell.
Getting an opportunity to get some run.
Played a lot his first season, his rookie season with the Clippers. Sparingly in season number 2 last year. Another Cavaliers steal. Hamilton up ahead to Wabu Cabarro. They'll feed the corner. Thornwell looks down. He's behind the line. He fires. He missed it. Tipped out by Martin. The Cavs reset. Hamilton launches. He scores. Daniel Hamilton displays some range.
Yeah, second effort. Staying with the play.
Hamilton has 25 games of NBA experience with OKC and Atlanta. Played 19 games with the Hawks last season. A 3 on the way is good by Gonzalez.
And that type of experience for anybody is invaluable because you get a feel for what the game is like and the speed of the game.
Martin misfires on a 3. Here's Beilein. Lob pass inside intended for Cabarro, and that's read easily by Thornwell. Out to Hamilton. Hamilton to the foul line. Deals to the corner. 3 by Wade is good. Wade line drives it home and gives the Cavaliers a 109-85 lead.
Getting to your spot. And when you get that spot, you knock it down.
You mentioned Wade signed to a 2-way contract, so he should see considerable time in the NBA G League. The Cavs affiliate, the Canton Charge. Long 3 on the way by Gonzalez. Punks off the backboard before it hits the rim. And here comes Hamilton once again. Martin inside. He gets bear hugged and fouled by Gonzalez.
You can tell their interior players, they're just not strong enough to deal with the Cavs right now.
There's that corner 3 by Wade. Did he glance off the backboard? It did.
I thought it went in kind of abruptly.
Exactly how I drew it up. He's going to tell his family. We have a timeout on the floor with 4:45 remaining in the 4th quarter. Dean Wade and the Cavaliers are on top, 109-85.
I was very careful on this, very meticulous on this. If it was a language that is universal for the NBA, we used it. right? If it was when I would go to, all right, Dan Giroux, what did you use last year? JB, what did you lose last year? And Tony, what did you use? That's 3 different elements. They've never been, and they use 3 different names. I said, it doesn't make a difference, right? So I tried to stay. I'm not going to reinvent the horns, you know.
There's Dan Giroux. He was with the Cavaliers last season as an assistant coach, promoted. He's taken over the offense for the Cavs. You don't think John Beilein's meticulous, as there's Antonio Lang. He was with the Jazz over the last couple of seasons. He's in the middle, and J.B. Bickerstaff, of course, was the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies last year. We'll complete this thought in a moment as Hamilton looks to work out of the corner. Spins. Appeared to travel. He did. John Beilein, meticulous. Made sure he checked with all his assistant coaches. He knows that, you know, hey, there's a transition coming from the college game to the pro game. 41 years as a collegiate coach. Heading in, wanted to make sure, hey, let's make sure this terminology is standard across the board for these guys, make it as simple as possible.
You're right. People don't realize there is another language in basketball other than English. And it's the code language. That's how you run your plays and execute things. And again, the more you get used to those code words, the better off your execution will be.
Porter to the basket. He hammers home a dunk. His nice night continues as Porter in his preseason debut. That was 6 of 8 from the field. He has 14 points. Picked up 3 early fouls. Didn't play a ton in the first half, AC, but
In the first half, he was reaching. He had his old college defense going that way. I think he learned his lesson quick.
with a travel called on Mata. You know, you almost liken this to what we've seen in camp over the last 6 days, which is if you watch long enough, Kevin Porter's going to do something special.
Yes, exactly. You're right. That's how he is. The longer he plays, the more of good things you'll see.
Front office talked about getting him into a routine. You know, and this is true for a lot of the young guys, teaching them how to be professionals.
Oh, yeah. I had to learn that myself. I mean, it just was it's tough to do that.
Porter, a rebound in traffic. He loops it up and in. Evan Porter.
He plays physical. I like it.
16 points now for Porter in 14 minutes of play. He's a cool 7 of 9 from the field. Now gets called for his 4th personal foul as he was battling Cafaro down low.
Yeah, I know he thought he got pushed that time. But as he goes, the veteran move is to sidestep and let the defender go by. Then you get in front of him instead of battling him that way.
John Beilein said Porter has already made great jumps in efficiency, footwork, shooting, great natural talent. He said his instincts to get 2 feet in the paint are excellent.
Yes. I mean, he has it all. He just has to be coached, or it doesn't say coached up, as they say in the business.
Vildosa to the paint. Low block by Bolden and ships it back up top. 3:10 to go in the ball game. 4 to shoot. Gonzalez trying to split between 2 of the Cavs. Shot was off the mark, and Batista got stripped by J.P. McCura, who has just checked in for the Cavaliers. And we have a shot clock violation on San Lorenzo. Cavaliers now AC have forced 26 Raven turnovers.
Yeah, active hands. After that first quarter, they seem to have found themselves on the defensive end of the floor, which has turned this game around.
Points off turnovers 34-17 in favor of the home club. Wawu Cabarro out here with Wade, Bolden, McCura, and Thornwell as Wawu Cabarro gets fouled by Mata. Mata did not give Wawu Cabarro space to land. That was a point of emphasis a couple of seasons ago.
Right. Goes up for the shot. See right here, he goes into his space. You can't go into that space and get away with it anymore. You have to let him come down if you're going to defend the shot.
And part of that point of emphasis is that now that play can be reviewed and the foul can be upgraded to a flagrant.
Right.
A lot of that came into play, of course, with that Zaza Pachulia closeout on Kawhi Leonard when he was a member of the Spurs. The Spurs were winning that game big. It was game 1 matchup between the Spurs and the Warriors. Kawhi was knocked out of the game. He was knocked out of the series. And it turned into a Warrior sweep. And they said, you know what, we've seen about enough of this.
Right, exactly. Because a lot of guys would do that. A lot of guys would do that. They act like they're blocking you out, even though you're 85 feet from the basket, and then they step into your space. You have to come down on them. And when you do that, you risk ankle injuries, any type of injury.
Yeah, it's a tremendously dangerous play. Didn't get a great look at it right there. Mata, though, did get his foot underneath the feet of Luau Cabarro, and you can see that right foot all in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Luau Cabarro is an interesting story. 171 games of NBA experience over 3 seasons with Philadelphia, OKC, and Chicago. Traded to Chicago midway through last season. Played pro ball in both France and Serbia. He was the #1 first-round pick, I should say, of the 76ers back in 2016. As Kenny Maurer has the headset on again. If this play is deemed overly reckless, it can be called a flagrant foul. Flagrant 1, the definition of that is unnecessary. A flagrant 2, unnecessary and excessive. For those of you a little new to the NBA, a flagrant 2 carries with it an ejection. Flagrant 1, you stay in the game. Either way, either type of flagrant, 2 free throws and the ball back.
Yeah, you have to be careful how you play now. You have to understand how to play and what situation to stay away from.
It's interesting to note that this is one of the calls that remains with the officials on the floor. Fouls of the flagrant variety. If there's a dust-up, a fight, something like that, a technical foul, those calls remain with the officials on the floor. Otherwise, nearly all calls are made by the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus, New Jersey. It was deemed a common foul. So Cabarro, Luau Cabarro, I should say, will shoot the ordinary free throws. Cavs preseason guide says, quote, for Luau Cabarro, in his free time, he likes to draw and he likes fluffy dogs.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I've never seen that. I don't know how you, I mean, so what does he have, a whole household full of fluffy dogs? I mean, what's the deal here?
Luau Cabarro cashes in on his first free throw. Gonna need a dog to console him for that injured ankle as that right foot rolled over. He's shooting 3 here. He's knocked down his first 2. 2:46 to go in preseason game #1. We do it again in Detroit on Friday. Cavaliers will see their first NBA competition. Central Division Pistons, and then the Cavs have a home-and-home with the Celtics, a Sunday matinee in Boston before completing the preseason. They're back at home on Tuesday as we have a foul called on the Cavaliers. Vildosa will go to the line.
Yeah, coming out of training camp the way they're doing it, this is a good sort of warm-up for them because the Pistons are a team that's looking to do better than they did last year. They felt good about themselves, and we all know what the Celtics are. The Celtics will be foaming at the mouth trying to get themselves back to where they used to be years ago when they took the Cavs to the finals.
Bring the family to Cavaliers basketball with a family fun pack at 4 tickets and 4 fan meals for all weekend home games this season, starting at just $13 a ticket. Visit Cavs.com/offers. Celtics are one of the teams in the East. AC, I agree that I'm looking forward to seeing how they look.
Right.
You know, you harken back to 2 seasons ago, they took the Cavs to the 7th game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Did that without Kyrie Irving, without Gordon Hayward, as we have a foul. 2:26 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Cavs are on top 116-87. We know, of course, the departure of Kyrie Irving heads on to Brooklyn. Al Horford may have blindsided some folks in Boston. He now is a 76er, but now those kids who are reduced to roles last season with the Celtics now thrust back into more prominent positions. Can the Celtics regain what they had 2 seasons ago?
I think it's going to be tough. I'm going to tell you why. The one you did not mention was Rozier. He was key in helping them take the Cavs to the same Game 7 in the finals.
Rozier now is a Hornet. Kemba Walker has come to the Boston Celtics. Makura underneath, can't lay it up and in. He played 2 games last season up with the Charlotte Hornets. Spent most of his season with the Greensboro Swarm in the NBA G League. And another travel. That is turnover number 27 by the Cavaliers here tonight.
One thing they'll be working on tomorrow in practice is turnovers. Keep control of the ball. Right. I used to hate when we'd have games like this. Coach Fitch would, those turnover practices were the worst in the world.
Talked to Mike Gansey, the assistant general manager who played under John Beilein at WVU. So his biggest pet peeve? Yeah, turnovers.
Turnovers, yep.
has 6 to shoot. And Darius across the lane to Wade in the corner. Doesn't bank that one off the backcourt. Missed the shot. And out come the Cuervos. 1:35 to go. Batista roars down the lane, puts it out with a blocking foul, though, called on Wade.
That's a tough situation to handle there. You got a guy 260 pounds coming at you full steam. You have to be a man to stand in front of him.
Dean Wade was a 2-time All-Big 12 selection at Kansas State. As there we get a look at Batista. Hails from Uruguay, plays for the Uruguayan national team. It's his first season with San Lorenzo. He's an efficient 9 of 11 tonight. Average shot distance, I'd say about 3 feet.
Right, right. You're right. You know, but the one thing for sure, they get him the ball in that area, so he takes advantage of it, and he's a pretty good rebounder too. But you're right, he's the type of guy that can lead the league in field goal percentage because he shoots the ball right at the basket.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan, 70%. Right. Over the last couple of seasons, his average shooting distance literally is about 2 feet.
Exactly.
All putbacks and dunks. 1:25 to go. Wahoo Cabarro. 8 to shoot, looks to go baseline, banks and scores. Christian Gurian has just checked in to see his first action for San Lorenzo, looking to defend on that play. Here's Batista, wants to spin on Bolton, got cut off. Ball was knocked out of bounds. Nice play by Marquise.
And that is what the Cavaliers will have to do a lot of. When you see a guy who dominates in the middle like that, once he puts the ball on the floor, double team and make him a passer.
We mentioned the play of Batista. He had battles with Tristan Thompson in the first half. How do you like this line, AC? Tristan Thompson, 26 points, 14 points, 26 minutes, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Tristan was a plus 28. Wow. Out here tonight. Battling mostly against Batista, who gets his shot rejected by Bolden.
Okay, Bolden has good hands for blocking shots.
Here is Bolden. Back to Thornwell. Wade to the basket. Hammers it home.
Well, well, well. If you're going to get out of my way, I'm going to throw the hammer down.
Bill Dosa with 36 to play. Jumper, that's blocked. Thornwell who got a piece. Let's take a listen to this Dean Wade flush.
Feels good to hear the sound of the dunk.
The Cavaliers, Luau Cabarro with the shot clock off. Looks back at John Beilein. He says, settle it down. Luau Cabarro will run out the clock. The Cavaliers in their first preseason performance knock off San Lorenzo by the final of 120-89. When you have a game like this, AC, obviously the first priority, get through it healthy. Right. Check for the Cavaliers. Cavs, after a slow start in the opening quarter, came alive in quarter number 2. They roll to this victory. The youngsters look good in this ball game, all things considered. Job well done.
Well, for what the coaches like, John, they have stuff on tape now that they can coach the team up now.
Kevin Porter tonight in his first preseason performance, 16 points in only 14 minutes of play. He goes 7 of 9 from the field. Darius Garland, he's a perfect 4 of 4, 9 points, a couple of assists. And again, for the 2 first-round draft picks who played here this evening, they've got to be happy with their first performance.
They're very happy. I mean, they both represented themselves well, and it's good to see that happen right off the bat.
More importantly, I think Coach Beilein is going to be happy with their performances as well.
Yes, yeah, well, definitely when you get guys who perform like that, now it's about consistency.
It's been a long week of camp for these guys. They're able to get out, see another opponent in front of them. Again, it was a bumpy opening quarter for the Cavaliers, but the Cavs found their shooting stroke in the second quarter and were able to roll, and that coincided with their defensive play as well, as Angel Gray is alongside Larry Nance. And let's go over to Angel.
Well, first thing you said was the Browns are on, so we'll keep this quick. As far as the second half performance from your team, what did you see in them that was different from the first half?
No, it was great. Defense, we really amped up the intensity defensively. Coming into the fourth quarter timeout, I told the guys, I think they had 75 below 94. And as you can tell, 89, that's a pretty good quarter of basketball.
Just hearing your voice within the huddle, as well as Tristan Thompson, he was a little upset in the first half that he said it wasn't taking the game seriously in the first half as far as the respect for the game. What do you see that your team grew in the second half?
No, I was right there with Tristan in the first half. It wasn't, that wasn't us. Granted, we had to shake some cobwebs off and everything, but just the effort level, the level of intensity just wasn't there. And we got these guys amped up, and a win is a win. We're just happy to have one.
Well, a few of your rookies played very well today. Kevin Porter Jr. as well as Darius Garland. How do you assess their play in their debut?
No, we've been saying all along during camp, these guys are as talented as anybody. KP might be one of the most effortlessly skilled basketball players I've been around. And then DG is just, I don't even know what other way to say. He's smooth. He just knows how to run a team. Those two are the real deal, and I'm just excited for Dylan Windler to get out here too. Can't forget about our rookie number 3.
Of course. Well, thanks so much, and go Browns.
Go Browns, baby.
All right, back to you, Mike.
Larry Nance, the Akron native, goes for 15 points on only 8 shots from the field as his Cavaliers knock off San Lorenzo tonight by the final of 120-89. The first of 4 preseason games is in the books. That'll do it for the transformed Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. We'll be back with you on Friday as the Cavaliers head to Motown to take on the Pistons for Game 2 of the preseason. For my partner, Austin Carr and Angel Gray, so long. Stay tuned for High School Sports Insider.